Hello children, are you all enjoying the online classes? Hope you are all doing good. Okay, you are enjoying the holidays, is it? Okay, enjoy your holidays as well as focus on your lessons. Okay children, don't waste your times. Make use of these times. Okay children? Have you all learnt what we have learnt in this previous classes? Okay, take your homework notebook. You will write a small test. Put date. Okay, only 5 questions. Okay, write only the answers and send this along with your homework. Okay, children. Okay, first, what is the formula to find relative density? Okay, write only the formula. Okay, what is the formula to find relative density? Second question, relative density is also called as dash. Relative density is also called as dash. Write only the answers. Third question, 1 quintal equal to dash kilogram. 1 quintal equal to dash kilogram. Dash is defined as mass per unit volume of that object. Dash is defined as mass per unit volume of that object. The next question, the weight of an object is measured by using dash. The weight of an object is measured by using dash. Have you all answered, children? Very good. Okay. Okay, keep your notebooks aside. I will recall. Okay, from the first class what we have learned. Okay, we are going to recall it. Okay, at the first we have learned mass. Is it in the lesson 1 measurement? First we have learnt about mass. What do you mean by mass? The quantity of matter contained in a body. Okay, the quantity of matter contained in a body. Okay, that is called as mass. Okay, and then is the mass changes anywhere? If you had measured the mass in earth, if you got 30 kilogram means if you are going to some other planets like moon, Neptune, what will be your mass? The same 30 kilogram. Okay, so that we are changing, it remains unchanged. Okay, and the SI unit of mass is kilogram. Okay, the SI unit of mass is kilogram, and the CGS unit of mass is gram. Okay, the CGS unit of mass is gram. Okay, and see the screen. A picture was given, is it? What is that picture? It is a picture of beam balance. Okay, mass can be measured by beam balance or physical balance. Okay children, mass can be measured by beam balance. Okay, yeah, see the picture. Beam balance consists of a horizontal beam. Okay, a horizontal beam, and there is a pointer in the top. Is it? There is a pointer, and then it has 2 pans, the left pan and the right pan. Okay children, in the right pan you should place the object what you are going to buy. Okay, you should place the object in the right pan, and in the left pan you should place the standard weights. Okay children. Okay, how will you measure with this beam balance? Hold the beam balance properly. Okay, if you have placed the proper weights in left and right pans. Okay, if you want 500 kilograms, 500 grams means or 1 kg. We will say as 1 kg, okay. You just placed standard weight of 1 kg in the left pan, okay, and then you have placed 1 kg weight carrot in the right pan, okay, and then hold it properly, and if your pointer shows vertical as 90 degree means your measurement is perfect and correct, okay. So we have learnt about beam balance, is it? And we should check that both the pans are of equal mass, okay. And then the next thing is weight, okay. First of all, we have seen first physical quantity is mass, and the next one is weight, okay. What do you mean by weight? The force that the earth exerts on that body, okay. The force that the earth exerts on that body, okay. And then the weight is not constant. If you are measuring your weight in earth means if it shows 30 Newton, if you are going to some other planet like Moon or Neptune, it will show some other weight, okay. Why? Because only in earth we have gravitational force, okay, is it? In some other planet there will not be any gravitational force, so that weight is not constant, okay children. And what is the SI unit of weight? Newton, okay. We can say as capital N, okay. The SI unit of weight is Newton, okay. And the CGS unit of weight is dyne, okay. The CGS unit of weight is dyne, okay. Can you see the picture in the screen? What is that picture? It is a picture of spring balance, is it? Weight can be measured using spring balance, okay children. Yeah, what are the parts it was mentioned in the spring balance? There was a ring in the top, and a metallic case, and then it has a fixed point, and there is a spring, okay, and then there is a pointer, okay. Some readings are there. To show that readings, there is a pointer, okay, and there is a slit and a rod, okay children. And in the bottom it has a hook, okay. If you have placed the placed an object in the hook means the pointer will move, okay, and the spring will elongate and the pointer moves, okay, and shows the proper weight, okay children. Okay, here what we should check before placing the object in the hook, you should check whether the pointer reads 0 gram force or not, okay. The pointer on the 0 gram force kaamikidana, you should check it, okay children. That's all about weight, okay. This is the problem from weight, okay. For a 20 gram force, the spring stretches by 1 centimeter. What would be the extension produced for a 60 gram force, okay. I have already taught this while teaching weight, is it children? Okay, we will see it again, okay. It is from worked out examples, okay children. Yeah, for a 20 gram force, the spring stretches by 1 centimeter. What they said? If 1 centimeter extends means we will get 20 gram force, okay. And then what would be the extension produced for 60 gram force? 60 gram force kadaikanumna ethana centimeter extend agadum, okay. That is the question for you, okay children. We have already seen, is it, in a spring the extension is proportional to the weight, okay children. In a spring the extension is proportional to the weight, okay. Remind this in your mind. The extension is proportional to square of the displacement, okay. It will be doubled, okay. So that I had given 20 gram force equal to 1 centimeter. For getting 20 gram force, 1 centimeter is the extension, okay. And for getting 40 gram force, 2 centimeter is the extension. And for getting 60 gram force, 3 centimeter is the extension. And for getting 80 gram force, 4 centimeter is the extension. And for getting 100 gram force, 5 centimeter is the extension. Okay, can you understand what I am saying? The extension is proportional to square of the displacement. Okay, the extension that the gram force will be doubled. Okay, for each and every centimeter, the gram force will be doubled. So that for 60 gram force, 3 centimeter is the extension. Okay, 3 centimeter extension will be produced by 20 gram force. Okay, children. Yeah, if you have any more doubt, see page number 7. Take your book, page number 7. Can you see the image of spring balance? Yeah, see the reading. What is the calibrations on the scale? 100 gram force, 200 gram force, 300 gram force, 400 gram force. It is doubled, is it? 100 kapro, double pani 200, and then 300, and then 400. Likewise, it is doubled, is it? Here also we are doing the same. Okay, the extension is proportional to square of the displacement. Okay, children, for each and every centimeter extension, the gram force in the gram force double. Okay, for 20 gram force, 1 centimeter is the extension. For 40 gram force, 2 centimeter is the extension, and for 60 gram force, 3 centimeter is the extension. So that we got 3 centimeter. Okay, children, can you all understood now? And then the next physical property is density. Okay, what do you mean by density? Mass per unit volume of that object. Okay, mass per unit volume of that object. Okay, so what is the formula for density? We have a formula, is it? Density equal to mass by volume. Density, we can call the density as, we can say the density in rho, okay, or HO. Okay, I have taught you a symbol, is it? That is called rho, okay. Density equal to mass by volume. Okay, children. And the SI unit, what is the SI unit of density? Kilogram by meter cube. Okay, kilogram by, it means kilogram per meter cube. Okay, children. And CGS unit, gram per centimeter cube. Okay, SI unit equal to kilogram per meter cube, and CGS unit gram per centimeter cube. Okay, children. Yeah, see the picture. Okay, they had given a measuring cylinder, is it? They had poured water inside it and mark mark the reading as 60, is it? We can mark it as volume 1. After immersing a stone, okay, the level of water rises, is it? With that we can find the density. Okay, with that we can find the density of that stone. Okay, children. Okay, what do you mean by density? Density is defined as mass per unit volume of that object. Okay, children. Okay, that's all about density. And then next is relative density. Okay, it is one of the physical properties. Can you remember this image? Okay, in this lesson we have learned some physical properties, is it? What are those physical properties? Mass, weight, and then
pour the
density.
Beaker with distilled
and
water.
Then the next
pure
physical
water
property that we are going to see is relative density. Okay, relative density. Okay,
First you should put
if I have a cork,
steel, okay,
ice,
there is a
and
steel
iron.
ball. You should put the steel ball inside it. It
Cork,
will sink
ice, and
inside
iron.
it,
Okay, and ask you
And
which
then
is more denser. What will you say?
it will sink, is it? Because it has
You know about
relative
cork, is it?
density more than the water. Okay,
The cork, we
and
can
then,
use the cork for playing shuttle.
and then
Okay,
in the same
that is also a
water,
cork. Okay,
you should put the
and then ice cube.
wooden
You
ball,
know, is it?
okay.
And then iron.
The wooden
okay,
ball
see, which is
floats
denser?
in water. Okay, the relative density is
Iron
low,
is only
so
denser,
that
is
the
it?
object is floating.
Okay, iron is
children.
only denser.
Okay, what do you mean by
compared
relative
with
density?
cork and ice, is it? Okay, and then if I am asking about cork and ice, here which is denser? Comparing cork and ice. ice is only denser, is it? Okay. In this, we may get some confusions, is it? To find which is heavier, which is denser, is it? In the first, we have said iron is denser. Here, we are saying ice is denser. Okay. Here, we might get some confusions. So, in order to resolve this problem, what we do is we have to take the standard liquid, that is the water. Okay, and we have taken in standard density. Okay, we know the density of water at 4 degrees Celsius is 1000 kilogram per meter cube, is it? Okay, density of water at 4 degrees Celsius is 1000 kilogram per meter cube, is it? And then in CGS unit, 1 gram per cc, is it? So that we are going to take the standard liquid, that is water. Okay, at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. So we are going to compare the density of any substance to the density of water. Okay. We'll find the density, we'll find the relative density, and then we'll mention it in a table. Then we will get the relative density. Okay. Then we can actually compare the relative densities of all the substances that we have found out. Okay, children? Okay. Simply, what is meant by relative density? Simply, we are going to compare the density of any substance to the density of water. Okay. We are going to compare the density of any substance to the density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. Okay, children, can you all understood? Okay, see the picture? Yeah, in the liquid, in the first image, a steel ball is thrown, is it? If you had thrown the steel ball inside the water, because it has high density, it will sink in water. Okay, and then see here a wooden ball. Okay. Okay, what happens there? Because of wood has low density, has least density than water, it is floating in the water. Is it? So that with this we can understand what is relative density. Is it? With the same water, okay, with the standard liquid, that is water. Is it? In the water, we are immersing steel ball inside it. If you are immersed the steel ball, means it will sink inside the water. Okay, sink into the water. And if you have immersed wooden ball, means it will not sink. It will float in water. Okay, can you all understand, children? This is called relative density. So that we are saying, we are simply going to compare. Okay, we are going to compare. Okay, compare the density of any substance to the density of water. Okay, children. Okay, this indicates that the substance is much heavier than water. Okay, by this amount. Likewise, you can find, is it? And this is less denser than water by this amount. Like that, we can find. That is called relative density. Okay. So, the relative density of a substance is the ratio of density of substance in density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, it is the definition of relative density. Children, what do you mean by relative density? The ratio of density of a substance to the density of water, okay, at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, it is the ratio. Okay, it is a comparison between the density of substance to the density of water, okay, at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, children. And then we have a formula for relative density. What is the formula? Relative density equal to density of a substance by density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, density of a substance by density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then the relative density has no units. Okay, it has no units. Why it has no units? It has no units because it is a ratio, is it? The density of substance has an appropriate unit, and the density of water at 4 degrees Celsius is appropriate unit. For relative density, we are finding the ratio, so that this relative density has no unit. Okay, in SI and CGS unit, it will show the same unit. Okay, children. Today we will see about temperature dependence of density and then convection currents in liquids and gases. Okay, only 2 more topics is remaining in this lesson. Okay, children. Okay, we will see temperature dependence of density. Okay, what do you mean by temperature? Do you know what do you mean by temperature? Can you say? Temperature is the measure of heat. Okay, temperature is the measure of heat. Okay, what do you mean by density? Mass per unit volume of that object. Okay, mass per unit volume of that object. Okay, children. So we are just going to learn the temperature dependence of density. Okay, the relation between the density and temperature is inversely proportional. Okay, children. Change in density will be reflected in the change in temperature and vice versa. Okay, the change in density, if density changes, means the temperature will also show some changes. Okay, and vice versa, means we can say temperature changes means density will also change. Okay, yeah, we'll see what is that change. Okay, children. If temperature increases, means density decreases. Okay, we have said, is it? It is inversely proportional, is it? Temperature decreases means density will increase. Okay, temperature increases means density decreases, and temperature decreases means density increases. Okay, yeah, see the screen. When temperature increases, volume increases. Okay, temperature and volume increases, and hence density decreases. Okay, children. And then see the second one. When temperature decreases, the density increases. This is called as vice versa. Okay, temperature increases means density decreases. Temperature decreases means density increases. Okay, this is termed as the temperature dependence of density. Okay, and in the book they had given a note, is it? You can see in page number 12 there is a note. Okay, water expands on cooling below 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, there is an exception. We have said, is it? Temperature increase ana density decrease agu, and then temperature decrease ana density increase agu chonnom illaya. Here there is an exception case. Okay, water is the exception case. Okay, water expands on cooling. Okay, below 4 degrees Celsius, if you are cooling the water, means also it expands, and also below above 4 degrees Celsius, if you are heating, means also the water expands. Hence the volume of water is least at 4 degrees Celsius. 4 degrees Celsius irukumbodha volume of water is least. Okay, children, we have already said temperature dependence. We have learned temperature dependence of density, is it? We have said if temperature increases, density decreases, and also the vice versa, is it? Temperature decreases means density increases. We have said, is it? We have learned it. We have learned this, is it? But from this there is an exception. Okay, what is the exception? Water is the exception case. Okay, children. The water while cooling below 4 degrees Celsius. 4 degrees Celsius விட அந்த வாட்டரை வந்து இன்னும் கூல் பண்ண அப்படின்னாலும் the water will expand. Okay, and then 4 degree விட கூடுதலா if you had heated the water, means also the water will expand. Okay, children. So the volume is least at 4 degrees Celsius. At 4 degrees Celsius only, the volume of water will be in the least. Okay, children, can you all understood? Okay. So we have learned temperature dependence of density. What we have learned? If temperature increases, density decreases. And then temperature decreases, density increases. Okay. Can we read the book? Take page number 12. All forms of matter undergo change in volume when heated or cooled. Okay. If we have heat pannalu, cool pannalu, the volume, okay, the volume will undergo some change. Okay. In solids, change in volume with temperature is insignificant. Okay. In volume, okay, in solid, the volume with temperature, okay, the volume with accordance to temperature is insignificant. Hence, there is no change in density. Okay, volume change ஆகும்போது temperature change ஆகணும் அப்படிங்கிறது solidல கிடையாது. Okay, so that there is no change in density. Okay, but in liquids and gases, the temperature changes. Okay, yes, said is it? There is a significant change in volume also in liquids and gases. In solids, there is no change. That means there is insignificant change in volume with temperature. So that there is no change in density. But in liquids and gases, significant change can seen. Okay. If temperature changes means some changes will occur. Okay. What is that change? We have learned, is it? If temperature increases means density decreases, and temperature decreases means density increases. Okay. We have what is the exceptional case? Water is the exceptional case. Water expands on cooling below 4 degrees Celsius, and then water expands on heating above 4 degrees Celsius, and then hence volume of water is least at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, there will be no change in solid. Okay, if there is a change in temperature, the volume won't change, and there is no change in the density in solids. Okay, and if we had said about liquids and gases, there will be change. What is that change? If temperature increases, density decreases. If temperature decreases, density increases. Can you all understand, children? In the next, we will see about convection current in liquids and gases. Okay, convection current in liquids and gases. Okay, I'll say you an example. Okay, have you ever went to the pond? If you had went to the pond at the afternoon time, okay, at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, the time is somewhat hotter, is it? The sun is on the top, so the water will be hotter, is it? If you had touched the water in the top means it will be hot, and if you had dived inside and if you had felt the water means that is cool inside. Okay, மேல இருக்கிற water வந்து it will be hot. Okay, and the water in the bottom, okay, ஆழமா போக போக the water is cooler. Okay, why it is cooler? Because of the convection current. Okay, because of the convection current only the water in the bottom is cooler and the water in the top is hotter. Okay, I'll say you the reason. Okay, the hot water has less density. Okay, the hot water has less density and the cold water has heavy density. Okay, it has high density. Okay, the density of cold water is increased so that it moves to the bottom. Okay, and the density of hot water is less so that it moves to the top, so that we can feel the water in the top as hot and the water in the bottom as cold. Okay children, it is called as convection current. Okay, yeah, you can see the screen, is it? Yeah, what is the picture given on the screen? A pan is having a boiling water, is it? It is a boiling water, is it? Yeah. Yeah, what had been written there? The cold water sinks, is it? Because the cold water has higher density, so that it is sinking, and the hot water has very less density, so that it is coming in the top. Okay children, can you all understood? So the convection current is the upward movement of warm air and the downward movement of cool air. Okay, convection current is the upward movement of warm air and downward movement of cool air. Okay, heat is transferred mostly by convection within the troposphere. Okay children. So, convection, what is mean by convection current? The upward movement of warm air and downward movement of cool air. Okay. It is basically a cycle. Okay. It will be it is a continuous process. It is a cycle. Okay. We said the cold water sinks in water and hot water rises. If you are boiling the water again and again, if you are boiling the water, that cold water becomes hot and then it moves to the top, and that water in the top again sink. Can you understand? The panel இருக்கிற water we have said, is it cold water sinks and hot water rises up, is it? So that again we are heating. Okay, the cold water இப்போ வந்து bottomல இருக்கு and hot water is in the top. Okay, again we are heating continuously. Okay, so the cold water in the bottom becomes the hot water, is it? அடியில் இருக்கிற cold water என்ன ஆகும்? Hot water ஆயிடும். So that again it moves to the top and the hot water in the top becomes somewhat cool, is it? கொஞ்சம் நேரம் ஆயிடுச்சுல, so that the topல இருக்கிறது இப்போ cool ஆனதுனால அது again கீழே வந்துருது. Again we are heating and the cold water in the bottom becomes hot and then it rises up. Why? Because the density, hot water's density is low and the cold water's density is high. So that cold water is coming down and the hot water rises up. Okay, this is called convection current. Okay children, can you all understood? As the cooler water descends and moves downwards and the warmer water rises. Okay children, the upward movement of warm water and the downward movement of cool air. Okay, that is called convection currents. Okay, it is basically a cycle. Okay, it is basically a cycle of warm and cool water going round and round. Okay, around and round. Okay, the cold water will be in the bottom. After heating, that cold water becomes hotter and it rises up, and the hot water in the top becomes cooler and then it will come to the bottom. So that we are saying it as a cycle. Okay children, can you all understood? Yeah, what do you mean by convection currents? The constant circular motion of liquids and gases carrying heat energy from heat source is called convection currents. Okay, the constant circular motion of liquids and gases carrying heat energy from heat source is called convection currents. Okay children, the constant circular motion of liquids and gases carrying heat energy from heat source is called convection currents. Okay, we'll see some examples. Okay children, if you are taking water in the metallic vessel, as like copper vessel, iron vessel or aluminum vessel, any vessel. Okay, if you had poured hot water into it, okay, we are just pouring hot water into it and we are again heating it. Okay, what happened? The molecules get charged up. Okay, because of kinetic energy, the molecules got moving here and there. Okay, children. So the hot water has lesser density, is it? So it stays in the top, and the cool water has higher density. So it come down to the bottom. Okay. So again, if you are heating, means the cold water gets hotter and then it rises up. Okay, and the hot water in the top gets cooled and come down to the bottom. Okay, likewise, if it forms a cycle as hot and cold water, means that is called convection currents. Okay, children. And then you will see the next example. Okay, yeah, you can see air conditions. Where the air conditions, where the ACs were fixed. Have you seen? The ACs were fixed only nearby the ceiling, is it? They will fix AC nearby the ceiling, is it? Why? Because the hot air rises in the ceiling, so that to cool that hot air, we are fixing the AC in the nearby the ceiling. Okay, children, the cool air will be in the bottom and the hot air rises to the top ceiling, so that we are fixing the AC to the nearby the ceiling. Okay, and then you can see that your windows are fixed in the bottom, and there will be a ventilators, air hole. There will be air hole or ventilators in the top, is it? Nearby the ceiling only you will have ventilators, is it? Why? Because in the bottom of the room there will be the cool air. Okay, to make the room cooler, the hot air will go outside through the ventilator hole. Okay, that air hole, the hot air will go outside. Okay, so that we are using ventilator. Okay, children. And then in refrigerator also, the cooling unit is at the top, is it? Refrigerator, that freezer is at the top, is it? Because the hot air will be in the top. So because of cooling that hot air, we are using the cooling unit at the top. Okay, children. These are all the practical applications of convection current. Okay. With this, we have completed this lesson. Okay. Okay, what are the physical quantities we have learnt in this lesson? Mass, weight, density and relative density. Okay. And what we have learnt today? Temperature dependence of density and convection currents in liquids and gases. Okay. What do you mean by temperature dependence of density? What do you mean by temperature? It is to measure heat, is it? It is to measure heat. Okay. And then temperature dependence of density. Okay. What do you mean by density? Mass per unit volume of that object. Okay. So what we said, according to temperature, the density will also change. Is it? We have said temperature and density are interrelated. It is inversely proportional. Okay. If temperature increases, density will decreases, and temperature decreases, density will increases. And what is the exception case there? Water is the exception case. Okay. If you had heated the water below 4 degrees Celsius, means also the water will expand, and also if you had cooled the water above 4 degrees Celsius, if you had cooled the water above 4 degrees Celsius, means also it will expand, and if you had heat the water above 4 degrees Celsius, means also it will expand. Okay, so the volume of water is least at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, children. And then we have learnt about convection currents. What do you mean by convection currents? The constant circular motion of liquids and gases carrying heat energy from heat source is called convection current. Okay. The constant circular motion of liquids and gases carrying heat energy from heat source is called convection currents. Okay. we can simply say as the upward movement of warm air and the downward movement of cool air. Okay, that is called convection current. Okay, children. So that's all about this lesson. We have completed the first lesson. Okay, children. Already we have written problem number 1 and 2 in your notebook. Is it? Okay. Now we will see about third one. Okay. The relative density of a diamond is 3.5. Okay, relative density is given. Okay, and what is the mass of 1 centimeter cube diamond? Relative density was given, volume was given. Okay, 1 centimeter cube is the volume. Okay, you should find the mass. Okay, what is the formula to find mass? Mass equal to volume into density. Is it? So volume is there and we didn't have density, is it? So from the relative density we can find density. We have a formula, is it? Already we have learned, is it, children? Density in CGS system equal to relative density, that is RD into 1 gram per cc. It is the formula, is it, children? Density in CGS system equal to RD into 1 gram per cc. We have RD in the question, is it? Relative density in the question, is it? So 3.5 into 1. What is the answer? 3.5 gram per cc. Okay. So we got density and then volume. Okay. We can easily apply in the formula, is it? Mass equal to volume into density. Okay. What is the volume? 1 centimeter cube is the volume, is it? And then what is the density? 3.5 gram per cc is the density. So 3.5 into 1. So 3.5 gram. Okay. Can you all understand, children? Okay. Copy down in your classwork notebook. Put date and start writing. Okay, children. Put today's date and write the question. The relative density of a diamond is 3.5. What is the mass of 1 centimeter cube diamond? Write neatly, children. Children, have you all completed? Problem, okay? Yeah, read the fourth sum. A boy weighs 600 Newton on the earth. Okay, in earth his weight is 600 Newton. Okay, and what is his weight on moon? Adhe painoda weight we are going to check in moon. Okay, what will be his weight in moon? They have given a note in the bracket, is it? Gravity on moon is 1/6 of that of the earth. That on the earth, okay? So, how will you find the weight on the moon? 600 into 1/6, okay? We can cut 6 and 600, so 100 Newton is the weight on the moon, okay, children? 100 Newton is the weight on the moon. Can you all understood? Weight on the earth is given. Okay, 600 Newton. Okay, we should find the weight on the moon. And they had given a note as 1/6 of that of the earth. Okay, moon oda gravity வந்து 1/6 of that of the earth. Okay, so we are just going to multiply that. Okay, 600 into 1/6. So what is the answer? 100 Newton. Okay, children, the weight of the moon, weight of that boy on moon equal to 100 Newton. Okay, children? Yeah, write fast. Children, can you see the fifth one also? It is very, very easy. After that, you can write. Okay, children? Yeah, see the fifth question. A boy has a mass of 50 kilogram. Okay, what will be his mass on moon? Why? Okay, I have already said, is it mass remains unchanged? Is it mass is constant? It remains unchanged. Okay, if you are measuring your mass in earth, means also it will measure 30 kilogram. And if you are measuring the same boy's mass on some other planet like moon, Jupiter, Neptune, okay, if you are going there and measure the same person's mass, means also the mass will be the same. Okay, children, have already said, is it mass remains unchanged? Okay, so what is the question? A boy has a mass of 50 kilogram. Okay, what will be his mass on moon? Okay, what will be his mass on moon? Okay, what is the answer, ma? You can easily say it is a one-word question, is it? The mass will be 50 kilogram. Why? What is the reason? Mass remains unchanged or mass does not change. Okay, children? Okay, write it fast. Children, have you all completed? Okay, only one more problem sum is that. Yeah, read the question. Bodies A, B, C, D have densities 500 kilogram per meter cube, 1300 kilogram per meter cube, 0.85 gram per cc, 2500 kilogram per meter cube respectively. Okay, which of them will float or sink in water? Okay, with relative density 1. Okay, children, very, very easy, is it? Okay, what is the density of water, ma? We have learned, is it? What is the density of water at 4 degrees Celsius? In SI unit, 1000 kilogram per meter cube, is it? 1000 kilogram per meter cube. And what is in CGS unit? 1 gram per cc, is it? Okay, we know the density of water, is it? Okay, now we are going to find what are the bodies will sink and what are the bodies will float. Okay, 4 bodies பத்தி கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, is it? 4 objects, is it? 500 kilogram, 1300 kilogram, 0.85 gram per cc and 2500 kilogram per meter cube. Is it, children? So simply, if the density is more than 1000 kilogram per meter cube or 1 gram per cc, means that objects will sink in water. Okay, children? If the density is more than the density of water, means it will sink in water, and if the density is lesser than the density of water, means it will float. Okay, you can itself easily say, is it? Objects B and D will sink in water because 1300 and 2500 is higher than 1000 kilogram per meter cube, is it? 1000 kilogram per meter cube or higher, is it? So it will sink in water. Okay, children? And A and C, bodies A and C will float in water. Why? Because it has lesser density than water. Okay, one is 500 kilogram per meter cube and the another one is 0.85 gram per cc. Okay, in CGS unit 1 gram per cc, is it? Here it is 0.85 gram per cc. Okay, so it is lesser than the density of water, is it? So A and C will float in water and B and D will sink in water. Can you all understand, children? You have copied down in your classwork notebook? Children, have you all written? Children, your homework is the book activity, okay? From page number 12, 13 and 14, okay? Book activity is in page number 12, 13 and 14, okay? Write only the one-word questions. Fill in the blanks. Choose the correct option and then fill in the blanks, true or false. Match the following, okay? Should write up to match the following. Okay, children? Okay, read the book properly and then write the answer. Okay, children? Yeah, can we recall what we have learnt in this class? Only say the topics, okay? Temperature dependence of density. Is it? Only two topics we have learnt, is it? Temperature dependence of density and then convection currents in liquids and gases. Okay? Children, read your book, okay? Then only you can remember whatever you have learnt in your classes. Okay, children? Okay, make use of the time. Thank you, children.